So how often exactly should you be posting on Instagram? Well, the short answer is as often as you can consistently. To figure out what that means for you, because it's different for everyone, I'm gonna walk you through 3 different things that you need to consider when you're deciding on your posting frequency. I'm Chelsea, the founder and CEO of ClickMaven Media and a content coach helping women to create systems and strategies so that they can create content with ease to promote their businesses. So the first thing to consider is pretty obvious, and that's your schedule. But this falls under 2 different aspects of social media. So the first thing you want to consider is when will you have time to engage with your audience? And the second is how much time do you actually have to create content? So the first, engaging with your audience, can be pretty simple, and I just recommend fitting it in wherever you can. So if you're a mom and you have 5 minutes in the car line while you're waiting to pick up your kids, take some time to do it then. Or if you're cooking and something's in the oven for 10 minutes, take some time to do it then. The goal is to make social media as stress-free as possible because then you'll actually feel like doing it. But when it comes to making content, I personally love batching, and if you're not familiar with what that means, it's basically creating a bunch of content at once instead of going through the process of making one piece of content at a time. For me, when it comes to IG Reels, I'll batch film a bunch of Reels, save them to my drafts, and then worry about adding the text and any other edits later on. Another YouTuber that I really enjoy watching, Erin on Demand, said in one of her TikToks the other day something to the effect of, let your content conform to your life, don't make your life conform to your content. And I really like that idea because it just fuels my whole philosophy of making content as stress-free as possible and making it something that you actually enjoy doing. One example that I really like to give to busy business owners who feel like they don't really have time to make content is to film a time lapse of things that you're already doing. So if you're a service provider and you're working on your laptop all day, film a time lapse of that. Or if you are a product-based business and you're putting together an order, film a time lapse of that. Those are things that you're already doing, so it doesn't take much extra effort to just put the camera down and have it facing you while you're doing what you're doing, and then you can just throw a quote on top that inspires you and boom, you've got content. I actually had a post go out on Instagram not too long ago with some other ideas that are sort of similar to the time lapse, so if you are struggling to fit content into your day-to-day, check out the description box and I'll link it there. The second thing you want to consider is what types of content are you actually going to make? I'm gonna keep saying this again and again, but we wanna make content creation as stress-free as it can be so that you'll actually do it. You should ask yourself, 1, what type of content do you actually enjoy making? Because people will make time for the things that they actually like to do. And 2, what kind of content can you make quickly? Like what's easy for you to throw together? Because that content that you can quickly throw together will help you with being consistent in your posting schedule. The last thing that you wanna consider is when is your audience most active? I have a free before you post checklist linked in the description box, and it goes a little bit more in depth into how you find your best times to post. But essentially when you go into your insights, you can see which days and times your audience are most active. So then you know when you really need to show up in order to get the most bang for your buck in terms of reach and engagement. To bring all of this together, your schedule and content preferences will let you know how much content you can expect to put out on any given week. Then your audience's most active times will let you know when you'll get maximum exposure for your posts. I will say something that you've probably heard 100 times already, which is that Instagram does value consistency. You don't want to be posting twice a day one week, 3 times the next week, once the next week, and just being all over the place because consistency is valued. However, consistency does not have to mean you posting every day. So if you can start off posting 3 times a week and you can maintain that for a few months, start there and then work your way up to maybe posting every day or multiple times a day and go from there. I hope this video has changed your perspective a little bit on what consistency has to mean for Instagram and open your eyes to building a content creation system that works for you and your lifestyle. If you like this video, please give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.